Let all those that seek thee rejoice and be glad in thee. And let such as love thy salvation say continually, the Lord be magnified. The Lord be magnified. The Lord be magnified. Jesus is Lord. Welcome to the War Room, Agape's War Room. I'm Tori Jermaine, friend of Jesus. And it is my joy and the passion of my life to be sitting before you to speak words of life. I definitely count it as a blessing beyond measure, and I thank my Father for blessing me with this opportunity to be able to be here. It's been a long road, but I'm finally here. I've had my share of doubts and wondering why even do this. And so I prayed and I asked my Father, why? Everybody thinks what they want to think. Everybody seems to do what is right in their own eyes. Why even do this? And I waited on the answer, and here I am. What do you see when you look at me? No, a better question is, what do you think when you look at me? Are those thoughts hopeful? See, love hopeth all. It hopes for the best. Did you follow Father's instructions in Philippians to, those things that are true and just and honest and pure? To think on those things? Or even now as the spotlight is on you, are the thoughts you thinking those that you shouldn't be thinking at all, those that you either are ashamed of or should be ashamed of? See, many different things influence the way that we think, the thoughts that we have when we interact and meet each other. Factors like age and sex and those things that you were taught, your cultural upbringings, and even your ethnicity. And some that are not quite as apparent, those associated with the clothes that you have on, or the images that you display on the clothing that you wear, or even the dirtiness of your fingernails. All these things cause a cascade of thoughts to run through our mind in a rapid fashion. And they affect how we deal with each other, how we interact with each other, the dispositions on our face, our countenance. All these things play a major role in how we see each other when we meet each other or pass each other on the streets or at work or in restaurants. If we even notice each other. Most of the time we just walk by and pay no attention at all. As if we're in control. But the most damaging one of all would have to be by far the fact that people got a little dirt on you, or they know a little dirt about something you've done in your past, or they grew up with you, so they don't look at you the way that they should. Their mind keeps reflecting back to who you used to be or the things that you used to do, or that incident that you were in that, hey, was pretty bad. But they won't let it go. All these factors affect what we see when we look out. And because the word is the standard, it's the light unto our feet, the light unto our feet and the lamp unto our path. Because such is the case, everything has to be done with the word in mind. And comparisons have to be made because the word is alive. And being alive. And since there is no new thing under the sun, we will see us in what was already written, because the nature is the nature. It's coming to all man. That sin nature is coming to all of us. The inclinations and the proclivities of us all collectively can be found in what is alive, what came before. So I'm going to give you 2 examples from the word just to prove what I speak, because I have to. And then I'm going to give you 1 example of my own personal life that was pretty damaging to me. All right. Matthew 13th chapter. We're just going to read a couple of verses just to prove those words that I speak. See, because I speak for my Father, I speak for my King. So I'm certain that he's going to speak for me. So listen to this and then watch your interactions, watch your dealings over the next few days and see if the confirmation that you should be here joining me, see if it doesn't come. All right. And when he had come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, insomuch that they were astonished and said, "Whence has this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary, and his brethren James and Joseph and Simon and Judas, and his sisters? Are they not all with us? Whence then hath this man all these things?" And they were offended in him. But Jesus said unto them, "A prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and in his own house. And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief." All right, that's one. Here's the other one. People think they know you. That's what they think. But if you're truly a follower of Jesus Christ, what they think is not what truly is. All right. Acts 9th chapter. Just a couple of verses. Here we go. 9th chapter, 26th verse. "And when Saul was come to Jerusalem, he essayed to join himself to the disciples, but they were all afraid of him and believed not that he was a disciple. But Barnabas took him and brought him to the apostles and declared unto them how he had seen the Lord in the way, and that he had spoken to him, and how he had preached boldly at Damascus in the name of Jesus." 2 examples, both of them. People who think they know you, but don't understand that when Father gets a hold of you, he's going to change who you are. And the man that they think they know is gone. There's a preacher I know who I was inspired by and looked up to greatly. I feel he was intimidated by me, by the knowledge that God had blessed me with. It didn't come free. I had to work really hard to know the stuff that I did know, but I was still immature in my growth. So I needed his help. So I wrote him a 4-page letter, wrote, and gave it to him. Just wanted to let him know that I was available for anything he wanted me to do. I was a Peter running wild. Wanted to go grab some lunch and just talk. But the only time he would meet me was at the church on Sunday when he preached to me. So after church, me being me, Tor Jermaine, friend of Jesus, I went to him and told him I wanted to talk to him about Jesus. And his remark to me, I'll never forget it. It seared me to my core because I didn't expect him to say it. This was his response. What do you think you can tell me about Jesus? The haughtiness and the arrogance just of people, you know. He knew me. And because he knew me, he thought he knew me, but he didn't. That left a lasting impression on me, so this is why I'm here. Lenses of love. See, because as those thoughts cascade through my mind when I meet you, I think those thoughts as well. But the only thought that matters to me, no matter what you've done, where you've been, who you are, the only thought that matters to me and that is at the forefront of my mind is whether you know Jesus or not. That's it. The rest don't matter. How can I help you? See, because I've worked really, really hard to get here. I've fallen on my face and bumped my head many, many times. I've suffered much to sit here before you, most of it of my own making. I did it, but because God is merciful and kind and graceful, He took that filthiness that was on me and cleaned me up and now here sits the man before you right now. So how can I help you? Because of what was given to me that I had to work very hard to get. That's what's on my mind. That's the eyes that I see you through when I look out at you. Everybody, it doesn't matter who you are. I want you to know Jesus. I want you to grow in the grace and knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. This channel is, this war room, it's not a channel, it's a war room. Agape's war room. It's for us. It's so that we can come together and put aside the denominations and put aside color and all these other things other sins that so easily beset us and come together. That's why I'm here. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Iron sharpens iron. So a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Where are the men of God, the men after God's own heart? Where are the women after God's own heart? It's here. that we're going to find that answer. It's right here in the war room where we're going to fight together, train together, study together, pray together, praise together, inspire one another, lift up one another. Hey, we got to admonish one another sometime. We got to check one another sometime. It's just the way it is. We all get out of pocket sometime. That's what we do here together in love. Because the eyes that we're going to look through are eyes not colored by any of our cultural upbringings or anything other than through eyes of remembering the love that was shown to us. Remembering to bear our brother's burden and to esteem others more so than we esteem ourselves, to be there for those who are weaker in the faith. Iron sharpens iron. So as iron sharpens iron, brothers and sisters sharpen brothers and sisters. One body, one faith, one Lord. We are Christians. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It is here that we break down strongholds. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Together, we are those weapons. There's going to be a WarShout on exactly what I mean, and I've got to prove it, that we are those weapons. There's also going to be a WarShout on what in the world is a WarShout. Again, I say, I'm not trying to be intellectual or trying to be coy or trying to appear as if I know more so than I should. But God has blessed me because I worked for it. I thirsted and hungered after righteousness and I thirsted to be filled. I studied to show myself approved. So I pray that you will join me, and He'll speak for me. I'm certain of that. Because no matter where I go, I speak for Him. No matter where I go, I speak for my King. Okay, now, if anybody has any input on why I say that we are the weapons, if you know why I speak that, or what I mean by a WarShout, then what I would ask you to do is send a clip to LNZS'OFLOVE@gmail.com. See, this is not my war room. I work many hours to put this together. I mean, many long hours at work to get all this stuff together. Watch hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos, bought videos. Watched all type of sites and all type of seminars because I didn't know how to do any of this, and now I'm here. But I didn't do it for me. I did it for us. So this is just as much my war room as it is yours. So I need your input. I need your insight. What you think matters. So if you want to respond to those things I asked, or just want to speak on the concept of the war room and what's about to, the movement that's about to begin, then please send me a 5 minutes or less clip, 5 minutes or less, to LNZS'OFLOVE@gmail.com. We're all in this together. We need to act like it. See, Jesus said the way that people will know that you are my disciples It's by the love that you have one for another. And we don't really show that well. But we say we Christians. Hey, we all have to grow. That's what we're here to do. Where you're at on your journey is not where I'm at. But where you're at on your journey, I'm sure I passed through that way to get where I'm at now. And I'm just here to offer you a helping hand. I'm here to help you. So please join me. Send me your clips. I need the clips. We got to upload them in the war room. Everybody's voice needs to be heard. So why do I do this? First and foremost, because it was done for me. Hey. I'm not going to do nothing for you if you get on my nerves and piss me off and treat me any type of way, just like you ain't going to do nothing for me. But somebody did it for us when we were dead wrong. We know we were dead wrong. Somebody forgave us anyway and chose to reach out for us, reach out to us, and pick us up when we belong down there in the dirt. Can't blame it on Adam. You did your own crap. We've all done our own crap. We can't blame it on nobody but ourselves. So when we were down there in the dirt, somebody came along and picked us up when that's where we belonged. Hey, check out Islam. Check out any of these other religions. Check them out. They don't read. The central figure ain't nothing like my Jesus. Nothing like him. Ain't nothing like my Father, the most holy and reverend one. Nothing like him. What he does, what he did for me when I couldn't do for myself. They don't talk about that. Greek and Roman mythology. Hey, all those gods trying to do is eat, drink, and be merry and do stuff to humans. That's all. Come down and lay with the women and trick them. Do stuff. Not like my king. So I gotta try him out. Because the story is so unlike anything that you read in history. And I tasted and saw that the Lord was good, and that's why I'm here now. Because he chose me. I didn't choose him. He set it up and I had to suffer for it. I had to prove that I am an Ish Elohim. I am a child of God. I am a man of God. Hey, it wasn't given to me. I had to prove it. Just like we all have to. Just like Father proved that he was righteous when he picked us up when we deserved to be down. And I did it for you. This is why I'm doing this. First, my passion for my king who saved me. Simple as that, he saved me. Hey, you don't know everything. And the moment that you admit that you don't know everything is the moment you should humble down and try to find out what is going on in this world, because it's more than what you think it is. He saved me from myself, first of all. And I do it for you. See, a statement was made in arrogance way back in the beginning. I don't know the particulars, except what I've read about Cain and Abel. But they knew something because they were making sacrifices. So they knew something personally about the most holy and reverend one. They knew something. They was right there at the beginning. and in arrogance, Father X, Cain, in the throes of his sin, his anger and envy and jealousy, asked him, where your brother at? And his remark was, am I my brother's keeper? Now that was a shot heard round the world. That was a question heard round the world because that question had to be addressed. That question had to be answered since you want to ask. In your arrogance and in your sin, you want to be smart to the creator of us all. That question had to be answered. Go see, Jesus is my big brother, and he is his brother's keeper. Yeah, he is his brother's keeper and his sister's keeper. He had to come and rescue me, just like he rescued all of you. And so I'm my brother's keeper. I'm here for you. Just like I need you to be here for me. Where two or three are gathered together, Jesus is guaranteed to be there. We need to be linked together. Putting aside all this other stuff, but sit at the feet of Jesus together so he can give us the answers that we need, so that he can empower us together the way that we need to be to go out here and fight back and beat back this darkness. So, hey, that's why I'm here. This was just the intro. I don't know how long this been. I hope it wasn't long. I was only trying to go about 8 minutes, something like that. But, hey, I thank God for the opportunity that he has blessed me with. And join me. Taste the Lord and see that he is good. He'll prove who I am. I trust him to do that. Because I did all of this for us. Not for me, for you. Because the eyes you see looking at you, they love you. It's not what I feel, it's what I know. We all in this together. All of us. We all in this together, right there on this ball. So we need to join hands and work together. Let all those that seek thee rejoice and be glad in thee. And let such as love thy salvation say continually, the Lord be magnified. The Lord be magnified. The Lord be magnified. Jesus is Lord. Until next time, brothers and sisters, grace and peace.